Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Watch Pals. My name's Chris. This week we watched The Cabin in the Woods. But before we get into that, we're going to introduce the spookiest guys on the block. First, we have Brian. Brian, what's coming up today?
Listen, I may be one of the scariest guys on the block, but that's not my fault. Those kids just run away because I'm just a tall guy and I look like Shrek, okay? Just leave me alone.
Shrek. That's a movie tie-in. There you go.
Everything's coming up, Brian.
Everything's
coming up, Brian.
Coming up next.
And speaking of coming up next, we have Jordan. Jordan, welcome to the show.
Oh, God. Hello, hi. Yes, this.
Welcome. And finally, but not leastly,
Jesus.
Jeff's here. Thank you, Jeff, for being here.
Hey, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Yes.
This week in October 2025, the week before Halloween, we are here to talk about a scary movie called The Cabin in the Woods that I got to pick. And I picked this movie.
You did.
Wait, who saw this before? Has everybody seen it but me?
Over here.
I've never seen it.
Oh,
never seen it.
Two raw dogs.
But he's been to a cabin several times.
It was. It's on a list of Halloween movies I meant to watch with my partner, so I was glad I was able to watch it.
Hey, there you go.
Well, I'm glad I could give you that time together.
Life experience.
Speaking of cabins, this one time Jordan and I stayed in this cabin with a bunch of other people, and we stayed in the part of the house that didn't have heat. It was just me and him in a bed together, and it was so cold. It was winter, like February. Jordan was breathing in his sleep, and I put my face right next to him so he could breathe on my face. It was so freezing cold. That's the only thing I remember that night. It was great.
You leaned to his face for heat.
It was so cold.
Our bedroom had a window into the bathroom, right by the toilet,
directly into the bathroom.
Weird. Yeah, so we got to see a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, there was a curtain.
Chris was trying to steal Jordan's breath.
Yeah. Soul stealer.
It was so cold. My nose was frozen. It was the worst.
Why didn't you move rooms?
I don't remember. There wasn't.
They're all full.
He was tired.
We got the last pick.
We were snuggling up. All right, so I picked this movie because Jeff has always talked about this movie being awesome, and I never watched it. So I decided to pick it because of Jeff, and that's why we're here tonight. So thank you, Jeff, for giving me this recommendation.
Yeah, I don't even remember giving you it.
It was years ago because I think this is a 2012 movie.
It is, yeah. It's an not old, but older-ish.
It's a 2012 or 2011. One of those.
2011.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm just here to correct you.
The young Chris Hemsworth in there.
It came out the same year as Thor, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah, 2011. Oh, did it?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about this movie. Does anybody remember the first time I guess this is for Brian and Jeff. Do you guys remember the first time seeing this movie? Did you know the twist going into it?
No. I went and saw it. I saw it in theaters, and I did not know the twists yet. And I think that's what made me...
I knew there was something to it, but...
I just heard it was good. I forget. I mean, at this point, it's years ago, but I remember... people talking it up. I was like, I like horror movies. It seems cool. Let's check it out.
Have some fun.
I didn't know any of the twists. Jordan, did you know about the twists or any of the twists or turns in this one?
I did not, no.
Yeah, we went in raw dog, and I'm glad I did. So, all right. So this movie opens with two office guys walking around some facility. You don't really know what they're doing as far as what the facility does. And they're just talking, and it's Sitterson and Hadley is what their names are.
These guys are great.
Yeah.
I like these guys.
They mention other rituals, in other countries. And the one guy is that the dad from Step Brothers?
Yes.
Yeah, it's his dad from Step Brothers and Eric from Billy Madison.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay.
He's also in Handmaid's Tale as well.
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah, he's in season 3. He's what's his name? The guy who doesn't do all the creepy stuff. The architect.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
he's got a beard. He looks a lot different. Yeah,
I've seen everything. I don't hate how there's always 2 or 3 years in between each season. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, it sucks.
So these guys are walking through some facility. They're talking about other rituals in other countries failing or something like that. And it's kind of mundane. But all of a sudden, there's like this slam. What kind of thing is that called? Where there's like, boom, title of the movie.
The title card?
Yeah, but the way they do it's real, whatever.
Yeah, I'm just like, what? I love
It's a whammy blammy in your face.
Yeah, that's what the official name is, I think.
A
Look it up.
whammy in your face. Okay. So what did you guys think of this opening, which is these two guys talking to each other about something mundane, kind of simple? Usually, because a lot of these type of movies go into like some weird backstory about the monster or the enemy or whoever it's going to be, the killer, or they have like a kind of an opening killing thing to grab you. This one's kind of just like two office guys.
Yeah, I thought I was watching the wrong movie at first. I was like, I was supposed to be teenagers in this and like a cabin. And it's these guys just, making funnies on a golf cart. So yeah, I wasn't sure what the hell was going on.
I will say when we got the whammy blammy in the face with the title card, I was like, I'm ready for this. Like that kind of was like, okay. It almost had like a grindhousey feel the way it came up, like boom. So I was like, all right, I think we're gonna be in for something cool here. I was ready.
It's a very low key opening.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of the horror movies I have where there's like a kill like this, there's always like kind of a backstory kind of pop in or something horrible happens right away. But this was really weird. Like Jordan said, I agree. It was like almost like, what the hell am I watching? Did I click on the wrong button? But we get then it cuts to these this group of college students. One of them, Dana, quote, called the Virgin, standing in a room. I don't know. She's kind of whatever, kind of looking through stuff.
In her underwear? Like, why is she in her underwear?
She's dancing in her undies. Yeah.
I mean, whatever. It's her own room. You don't ever stand in your room in your undies.
Yeah, but the windows are wide open.
Yeah, and they're like definitely like knee level.
Yeah.
Maybe she's airing stuff out. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
What? Hey, you never know.
It needs to be aired out every once in a while. Get stuffy down
She's
there.
taking large strides.
Yeah.
So we're also introduced to Jules, who is kind of the promiscuous one. Is that what you call it? The kind of the hot one. She's blonde hair all of a sudden.
So basically, they're doing all like this tropes and all these like
Yeah.
they're from movies like the archetypes or whatever like you call those. Like you got the virgin,
Yeah.
the jock, the girl's kind of like promiscuous, the nerd, stoner.
Smart guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they make this weird comment, which is brought up again later in the movie about hooking up with her professor. Dana hooked up with a professor apparently. But
Yeah.
I'm not really understanding what the hell's going on with that. We'll talk about it more later.
Oh, wait, they bring that up later?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well, they call her the Virgin.
Well, no, never mind. I was like, that's kind of a weird thing.
They don't bring the professor up later.
Okay, yeah. I was like, wait, I missed that.
But they call her the Virgin the whole movie, but she's
Not
definitely
specifically, yeah.
Okay. I don't know how these college kids do it. Anyway, then we're introduced to Kurt, who's the jock. Apparently, he's also the learned man. He's the smart one, I guess they call him, because he knows a lot about sociology or something. I don't know. They mention it later. And Holden, his friend, and Marty, who is the stoner guy. And their plan is to go on a road trip to Kurt's cousin's remote cabin.
Middle of nowhere.
But there's a important thing that the girl dyed her hair
Yes.
Right.
Jules.
later. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's another important thing that the stoner guy has a big giant thermos bong.
It's like a coffee thermos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sweet.
Extendo bong.
Fun fact I read about it is that the prototype for that, it actually worked. And the prototype for it was $5,000 just to get it to be a thing. So they probably only made one.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want the original one. But I mean, I guarantee you can make one if
With the
there's
finest
plans
parts.
online to do all kind of weird stuff like that.
Well, maybe nowadays, maybe not in 2012, Chris, all right? They didn't have the 3D printers yet.
Yeah, they did.
In 2012?
Yes. I had one whenever I was in grad school.
They weren't that good yet.
Not me personally, but I used it at school. They definitely had them.
Oh, man, yeah, in the early 1980s. Look at that. Ain't there egg on my face?
Yep. It looks good on you.
Big old yolk.
We have all the guys introduced. They all get in this motorhome, and they're going to go out to this cabin that Kurt's cousin bought. and it's kind of like an escape, weekend away.
Real quick.
Real Chris. Yeah, real Chris.
I was trying to say quick,
Hey,
Chris.
Quiz, say quick.
Real quiz.
Real quiz. When the stoner gets out of his car, he checks to see if the door's locked, but the window's down. Which I thought was funny.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't even notice that. How did you notice that?
Okay then.
Because I used to have problems with getting in and out of my car and locking it. So
Yeah, you did go through the back for a
Yeah.
while.
I was a former mechanic in my dreams.
in my dreams, in my sleepy sleeps.
All right, so they get in the motorhome. They're heading out. So apparently, this Holden and Jules Holden and Dana never met before. Kurt brings Holden along to hopefully they're trying to hook them up. Holden and Holden and Dana up together.
Yes.
So they drive. They're going the road trip. Whenever they pull away, though, there's a guy sitting on top of their house, and he's like...
He radios. Yeah, he radios.
It's like the eagle has left the nest or something stupid like that.
Yeah, there's all these weird twists that you're not really sure. It keeps cutting back to the facility with those two guys. What's their names? Hadley and Sitterson.
Two guys in ties.
Right. And they're in this big control room, and you start seeing little hints of I don't know, they're kind of...
Something weird. Some kind of weird job.
Yeah, doing something,
They're up to
they
something.
have satellites or, Google Earth style, looking at places on the map. As these guys come into their control room, there's that one, they use this one guy, the new recruit guy as a way of, I guess they use it kind of as a way of explaining what's going on in the control room to the viewers, to the people who are watching it, because there's this new guy who's never done this before. He's first day on the job type of thing.
He's security kind of guy, I think,
Yes.
or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's kind of a lazy way of doing it, but whatever.
I didn't think. I mean, honestly, didn't even think about that until you just mentioned that.
Yeah, he's the new guy. They got to explain the ropes to him.
Yeah. Thus explaining to us a little bit.
Right.
Kind of, I don't know. I think that's always kind of lazy, but I understand the point of it. It's very easy to do. And because there's a lot going on at the facility, because it jumps back and forth between these two very specific things. Kids hanging out in a cabin. Then you have this high-tech facility people are working in with a lot of people in there doing something you don't really find out until a lot later. All right, so they stop at this gas station. Obviously, it says close on the door. It's real run down. The very top of the window, I don't know if you guys noticed, there's a Confederate flag, and it's obviously they're trying to be this is a backwood country type of hillbilly place where
Real rundown. Everything's there's a junk everywhere.
Yeah. Do they ever say what state they're in? Because at the very end of the movie, it says this was filmed in Canada, but obviously it's supposed to take place in the States. But they give a shout out to the Post-Gazette for using a newspaper, which I never saw in the movie. So is this supposed to take place in Western Pennsylvania?
I don't know. I don't think they ever called out a specific place unless they
was it specifically Pittsburgh Post-Gazette?
Yeah, because me and Kelly were watching it. We never knew where this took place, but then they showed that, and I was like, oh, whoa, I must have missed that.
It's in the woods.
At 9 minutes, it's Hadley and Sitterson, and they're using their, Google Earth thing and zooming into an area that's I don't think that's Pennsylvania, but it's definitely, I don't know. It maybe could be on the East Coast of the United States. Kosher.
It could be kosher pickle.
It could be precocious.
Yeah. It might be on the East Coast. I'm not sure. But they are in a mountainous region.
Yeah, GeoGuessr and find it out there.
I just looked it up, and they said there's no state mentioned. So
Okay.
It was a lie.
So it could be West Virginia-ish,
it's just the woods, man.
Yeah, it's the mountainous woods.
It's a woods and a house.
The guy that did this wrote Cloverfield. He did The Martian. Oh, wow. And the guy that directed, Goddard, the guy that directed this, he did The Martian, which is really good. I don't know if you guys seen that with Matt Damon.
I have not. No.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
He did Cloverfield too.
Oh, I had seen that. That's nice. I like that one.
I like that.
He's a monster in that.
He created the Daredevil series on Netflix. Well, look at
Like the old one or the newer one?
World War Z.
the old one.
Okay.
Did he write Lost? Oh,
He did a lot of stuff with Joss Whedon.
Well,
so
I think a lot of people wrote Lost.
yeah. Too many, probably.
Yeah.
That's one show I've never actually watched.
I haven't either.
Yeah,
We already talked about it.
You're not missing much.
We talked about it already.
We did?
Yeah.
All right. They're trying to get gas, basically. Holden goes into the gas station, looks around. This one guy,
Despite it saying it's closed, he just goes in. He's like, all right, I'm going
yeah. So obviously they need gas, but he goes in. He's kind of startled by the owner who's like just a real pile of crap. He's real old, been around the bush a few times, maybe, if you know what I mean.
Around the bush.
in. What does that mean?
I never heard that
Usually
one.
they go around the block.
Yeah.
What's the word?
He's been through it a few times.
He's been beating around the bush a few times,
Yeah.
guys.
He's been
Come on.
crawling through your neighbor's bushes.
But he's
Nice.
obviously he's very standoffish, and he calls Jules quote whore, unquote.
Oh, the horror.
And obviously that gets Kurt all mad because it's their boyfriend, and they say they let it go. Marty steps in. They're all kind of just giving this guy crap, but obviously he's not having anything of it. They get their gas. He throws the money at him, and they drive off. They're specifically asking this guy where the Bruckner cabin is. And he gives obviously some
Very vague kind of.
scary remark, or very vague. It's like up there, but you're going to die kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like, you have enough gas to get there, but not enough to leave.
You got to figure that out.
Did you catch the name of this guy, what they call him?
I
Cooter.
don't know. But
The Harbinger?
The Harbinger.
Poop Scooter.
That's more like his title, I feel, than his name. But yeah, that's like his job.
Poop Scooter.
Hey, Poop Scooter, talk to those kids yet? After they leave the gas station, before they get to the cabin, they do like this kind of aerial shot of them, of their RV going through a tunnel, and like there's a bird up in the sky, like a hawk or something like that. And as it disappears into like this like weird tunnel, the bird flies into something. It's like this weird electric mesh looking thing. So it's like something like weird is going on, right? Well, like, I don't know what you call that.
An invisible force
barrier.
field type of thing?
Inviso
Yeah.
mesh.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? I was like, that's clearly something that's going to come up later. And it does, and I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that's one of the best parts.
It was so funny.
Jordan stood up out of his chair and said, "What the heck just happened?"
Wait a second.
That poor bird.
Yeah, we got guys and bunkers doing stuff. We got some kids. We got some guy named Harbinger.
That gas station fellow was a little funny, but what the heck just happened to that bird? Honey, calm down.
What do you think about them showing that right, like at that point?
I do think it was. I mean, I get why they did it. Maybe that one's a little too on the nose.
Yeah.
Maybe they're hoping you forget about
They're
it.
giving you little treats.
You know, maybe they're hoping you forget about it by the time the other scene comes up. But there are some more things I think that they do that are a lot more subtle that I think are really cool that I'll talk about later. But I don't know. I don't hate it. But you know, obviously we're getting this set up at this point where, okay, there's the facility, there's the kids going to the cabin, there's this guy who's really creepy, who's another horror movie trope, kind of like almost like warning, turn back, sort of like, should we even be going this way if these are the kind of people out here? And then as they go towards the cabin, we see this thing that is not a trope with the weird glowy mesh thing. So like, you know, it's like there's some hope. There were some wheels turning when I first watched this. Like, okay, I'm waiting to see. You know, I've got all these pieces have been laid out for me. How are they going to come back into play later? Type of thing.
Yeah, I think for me it was the same thing. It was like, oh, come on, you really like it. If they wouldn't have did that, it would have made this. I think it would have made the build up using the facility so much better. But like right there, just kind of slaps you in the face. You're like, okay, well, that's what the facility's doing. It took all the mystery out of like the facilities for me. And I'm not saying that's
All of it.
Yeah, well, because you know that that they're tied in somehow. Makes sense. Like,
I feel like that's already been implied, though. You know, like why?
Yeah, but why would they not show? Yeah, exactly. Like, why would they lead on to them as the first scene in the movie?
well, I'm just saying like how they're connected. Obviously, now we know it's some like
Right.
kind of amusement park ride type of thing or whatever. Like they're controlling the whole situation.
There's
If they
something
would've-
sinister at play. Yes, yeah.
yeah. It again, the twist is good at the end, but I think it's just they shouldn't have just. I don't know. They should just take that part out and have been so much better.
All right, not a fan of the bird.
Yeah, that's my only gripe so far. The dirt bike on the back of the little Winnebago is kind of dumb too, but whatever.
Why is that dumb?
Why? Why?
Because they're like,
part?
okay,
What?
they're going to use that for something. Why'd they bring in a dirt bike? They're going to use
dirt
it.
bikes.
The
I
guy's
don't know.
going on vacation, man.
Yeah, all right,
I have some friends that go ATV and all the time. What
all right.
I really hate that this guy has a dirt bike.
He's not allowed to have fun. in
But
this
the way
movie.
they use it is just like,
Usually.
okay, come on, all right.
Oh, that's
All
the
right.
best part. That's one of the best parts. This sourpuss.
Chris was just eating a bowl of soup watching this movie, frowning.
He's getting real Chris.
Real Chris
Real
right
Chris.
now. All right, so they arrive at the cabin. So is this cabin kind of known in the horror genre? Is this kind of typical?
I mean, this is Evil Dead here, pretty much.
Okay,
Yeah.
never seen it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Also, like Friday the 13th, because they're all
Yeah.
the whole thing. They're all in camping or at some.
There's a bunch of
campground.
cabins at the in that, yeah.
So they show up. The only horror movie that I've seen mostly is that Cabin Fever. But like we've talked about before.
Yeah, aside from those two guys at the beginning of the movie who are working at some weird facility, like this is like hitting all the beats and like tropes from every single horror movie. And I was like,
All your standards,
and I
yeah.
was like, all right, this is come on, like we're really doing this.
So they arrive at the cabin, and the kind of subtle things start going on in the background with like, obviously it's creepy. They're walking through it, but in the inside it looks like typical cabin, from the 1980s, 1970s type style, the way it's decorated. And you have Holden walks into his room and sees that painting. That painting's awesome.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
takes,
yeah,
he
like-
takes it off the wall.
Yeah.
Is it like a real famous painting?
Sacrifice looking thing.
Is that
Yeah.
a famous painting?
I don't know.
I don't
I'm
know.
asking. I don't know.
Never saw that one
Up in
except
your
for this
bathroom.
movie.
Jeff went to painting school.
Yeah,
Painting school.
I did.
I went to painting school, guys. All right,
I took art history a few times because I wasn't good at it, so I should have seen that painting.
Did you learn that most of it's bull?
I just learned that I liked a couple people when they did some cool
That's
stuff.
cool.
I like
Yeah.
I learned I hate appropriation art, which is all AI art is.
Oh yeah. I learned about flying buttresses though, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the buttresses,
Yeah.
especially when they're flying. So they're exploring the cabin. Holden finds this painting, takes it off the wall, and there's a window into Dana's room.
Two-way mirror.
Oh, two-way mirror. Thank you.
No, I was gonna say it's a one-way mirror.
One-way
but
mirror.
that's-
Well, one mirror, yeah, not two-way.
Is a two-way mirror just a window?
No,
well, what
but
do they
wasn't it
call
one-
that, though?
Is a one-way
That's a
mirror just
two-way
a
mirror.
normal? Yeah, just normal mirror.
Yeah,
Would-
one-way
would a
mirror would be just... One-way is like you're looking at yourself. Yeah.
It's a one-way mirror, one-way window.
Wait a minute. One-way... I like,
What's a two-way mirror?
I like that breakdown. So one-way mirror is one way. So your normal mirror?
normal. So it's a normal mirror. It's just a mirror.
Just a mirror with lights on it, right?
It's some glass.
A puddle with a reflection.
Okay, so two-way mirror is a pane of glass that you can see through one side but not the other. Or it's a mirror on one side you can see through on the other side.
Why would it be
Correct.
called two ways? That's what throws me off.
I don't know. Someone made it up, and they're wrong.
Call up Webster.
Call them up.
Yeah, call up
The dictionary.
dictionary.com.
And then call thesaurus after that.
Yeah, then call Ted Thesaurus.
Call the Saurus. Yeah.
The
Thesaurus.
Thesaurus. Hello, this is the Thesaurus. What is your query?
You have reached the thesaurus.
You've reached the answering machine of the Thesaurus. My backlog
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
is 15 years. Request now.
He is the source. All right, so Holden sees through the mirror. Dana starts to get changed. He's like, "Oh, stop!" He obviously kind of is like, "Oh, okay," and then he says, "Stop." Then they switch rooms. Dana's like, "Thank you for not being a creep," and then she watches him get undressed. So it's cool.
Yep.
Teenage college kids being college kids.
Reverse creeping.
They zoom out back to the facility. You see all of them on different cameras that are obviously planted throughout the cabin, and they start talking about these different manipulation tactics they've been using on the kids. They say that Jules' hair dye had some kind of with something in it that messed with her, made her
Chemical.
I don't know, dumber.
You just say, yeah. Well, they're manipulating the kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it made her super hornballed.
Yeah, I was saying adventurous.
She got juiced up.
Yeah.
That's what they do later in the woods. I don't know if the pheromones.
They do that too.
Yeah.
They had to boost her up a little bit later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why she is like so into the wolf part, because the hair dye is making her.
That part was confusing.
But I do like that they're doing this because it like explains like why in some of these movies, which I think we talked about before, people do dumb stuff.
Why they fall into the same pitfalls, right?
Yes. So I thought that was really cool that they do this.
You just blew my mind, Jordan.
Oh.
Because at one point, like,
And his body.
Okay. What? I blew his body.
Are you saying this movie's supposed to explain all horror movies?
Yes, not all of them, but a lot of the tropes.
But it's like the idea of like,
So they're already. I mean, they're exaggerated. So when they get to the cabin, and all stuff's happening to them. They're exaggerating their personalities. So like they weren't that bad. Like he wasn't such a jock to begin with, or she wasn't that promiscuous to begin with. But like it's exaggeration of them. So they get more into those tropes, those archetypes that are in all these scary movies. And also like when he's like, oh, we'll all like stay together, and they pump up the gas. He's like, no, we should actually split up and check the house ourselves. Because they do it in every movie. And you're like, why would you do that? Stick together. That they're like tampering or like messing with those classic horror tropes.
They're like leading them towards this thing they want them to do. And there was this one they do later, which I'm jumping ahead, of course. But like, there's a part where I think what's her name, Jules or whatever, Dana, the main girl, the redhead. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, some stuff just happened, and she has a knife, and there's like stuff's popping off, and we see them tap a button, and it like shocks her hand, and she drops it. Because how many times in a horror movie have you seen someone have a weapon and then they just throw it down like an idiot? So that's explaining that. Like, it's almost like she didn't even notice that her hand got shocked and
it's
dropped
out of
it
their hands. Yeah.
There was all this other stuff happening. They did it while she was distracted, and now she doesn't have a knife anymore. So there's a bunch of like little cool things like that.
Yeah. When they started doing that, I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely, this is different than most horror movies.
So they do all these things in the house, and then they go swimming in a lake, which, you know, whatever, same thing happens at every teenage horror movie type of thing. But the funny thing is with this is they cut back to the facility, and they have all the people working in the facility betting or putting money in on something, and you really don't understand it really. Yeah, they're putting money on what. Did they explain like what happens specifically? They say like, oh, it's going to be the mermaid, or it's going to be this thing or that thing, the zombies or whatever. And you don't find out till later what that is, but that's what they're doing here. And
yeah, they're also starting to show that like these guys are more connected to the kids. Like when they do these cutaways, every time they do it to like these guys in the office and all these people that work this bunker thing, whatever it is, like it's showing more and more that they are connected to what's going on with the kids. Like they're at some point they'll be entwined. Their stories will be entwined. Because at first you're just like, what do these guys have to do with these kids? But then they keep like pushing them closer together story wise.
Yeah, and so you have the office girl, kind of explaining what's going on, and to the guard who's there for the first time.
Real quick, I got a fun fact. I guess people freeze frame it on that, which I haven't done. I should have done this, but they freeze frame it on that that whiteboard they have of all the different monsters. Yeah. And apparently one of them says "angry molesting tree," which is from Evil Dead.
Yeah, that tree comes back.
Molesting trees, okay.
And then though I guess we talk about it later, but there's something from Left 4 Dead?
The game?
With the zombie game?
Yeah, the game, yeah. There's two monsters that you can see when they're going through like that elevator thing later on. Yeah.
Oh, they're like in the shuffle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Okay. Is it the screaming lady, the screaming witch lady?
The witch.
No, I don't think you never actually see them come out like when they all get released, but like they're shown like when they're still
Like
locked
little
up.
models in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense because
That's cool.
You know, Left 4 Dead was popping off then, I think, in 2012. Or it was still very popular. All right. We go back to the cabin, and this is where they're kind of partying. This is like the night they start partying, and what's his name? Marty, who I can't stand. That dude sucks. I hate him the entire movie. He's just terrible.
The stoner?
Which one's Marty?
Marty's the stoner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him.
The smart guy.
Yeah, why do you hate? Yeah, the only
Well, he's
guy
not
who's-
smart, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
He's
it's
smart.
because he's so tropey, like so on the nose.
I think they're all are on the nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So, sorry for having an opinion.
I'm sorry, Quiz.
I'm sorry for this opinion I have on this podcast about
real
opinions and about movies.
Sorry for
Real quiz.
party rocking.
Yeah.
Sorry
She
for
puts that
party
iPod
rock.
Nano on full blast though, and then she starts dancing around. They play Truth or Dare. Someone dares her to kiss the wolf, which I didn't understand this scene at all. Were they like, was it trying to build up that this wolf was gonna bite her face off? I don't get it.
It was weird, but it was also to show that the hair dye was working a little too much on her, I think, at this point.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess.
Like, man, she really got into that. Like, she could have just pecked the wolf on, like, you know, like, took 2 seconds. Instead, she, like, went nuts.
But they keep cutting back and forth to that, and I just understand like if they were being like, "Oh, it was gonna bite her face," and that was how this whole thing's gonna kick off. But
Did they start talking in the office yet about the other projects going around the world?
Yeah, I think they did,
Like,
didn't they?
like location, like Japan and everything.
The movie starts with that.
It's them in Japan.
I don't think they've shown it yet.
with the lady in Japan, like the ring lady.
Well,
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, there's another haunting going on in Japan. It's like a bunch of little Japanese schoolgirls with a ring girl chasing them, and it's like that's the other haunting project going on. And Japan and America are the only. Well, we didn't get into what the project is yet that's going on, but go on.
Yeah,
Chris.
I think they're
Keep going.
alluding to something else going on.
Yeah,
Yeah, that there's multiple projects around the world of this thing that their facility runs, or that many facilities run. But at this point, this is whenever the kind of crawl space, the basement blows open for no apparent reason.
And then that happens, though. Chris Hemsworth character's like, I think the wind just blew it open. And then Marty was like, how does that make any sense at all? Like, you know.
Yeah, the whole thing with that thing blowing open is just kind of silly. I mean, obviously it's very tropey or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it blew open right as it was Dana's turn for the dare. So, of course, they dare her to go down into the creepy basement.
Back at the facility, they said stuff about this in the basement. They say like, "Oh, I hope they pick up this thing or do something like that."
Because one of them would release the merman guy.
So they dare Dana to go down in the creepy basement, which again makes no sense. Why anybody, normal person, would ever be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go down this door just blew open with no light or whatever."
By myself. Yeah.
It's a dare.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So they go down, or Dana goes down. She sees a bunch of old creepy stuff, obviously all around the room. They see a lot of different old creepy stuff stored down there, and each one of them start looking at these different things. She picks up a diary from this girl and starts reading about something that happened to her, about the black room, and I guess what was it called? His
Husband's bulge.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep.
The husband's bulge.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew that's what you were talking about.
But as she's doing that, everyone else is like picks up a certain object.
Right.
Like so, Thor's playing with some weird Rubik's Cube ball thing. One of the girl picks up a necklace. The stoner dude's looking at some film. So like later on, you find out like these are all objects that could trigger different things that could have happened to them. So by her picking up the diary and reading it and speaking some certain words, triggers their demise.
She's like, oh, here's some Latin. I'm going to say it. And then Marty's like, why would you do that? Don't do that. And then she does it anyway.
yeah. Please don't read that.
So Marty is like the voice of reason. He's almost like the viewer. Like, it's almost, when you're watching a movie like this, you're like, why would you read this? Why would you do this? Why would you do this dumb thing? So he's almost like, the person you could kind of put yourself into a little bit, in some of these
and they
scenes,
explain also plot wise why he's out. Yeah. You could see outside of it later, kind of outside the box.
Right. And when he says, don't read it, we hear a voice go, read it, like whisper. He's like,
Right.
what the? And it's like convincing them to read it and do these dumb things, basically.
Edging them on.
Yeah.
Edging the whole time.
So the group is all looking at these different things. She picks up a book, reads it. This triggers the Bruckners to rise from the dead, which is everybody in the facility is cheering that they picked the Bruckner zombies. Oh, I forgot to mention, they talk to the Harbinger on the phone, and he has them on speakerphone. That's the best part of the movie, I think. He's like, you have me on speakerphone, and he's like going all off on this like really, very typical like tangent about bringing the things for slaughter, the sheep to the slaughter, that type of stuff. Right. And he's like, do you have me on speakerphone? I'm echoing. I think that was really funny. I think that happened at some point leading up to this.
Oh, it's when he's there because he has to blow up the thing, right? Is that him? No. I'm wrong.
No. It's basically just saying that they left the gas station at some point. So.
Yeah, that was good. And then they're laughing at him.
So they raised the Bruckner family. They all are typical zombies coming out of the ground.
And I think this is when you find out that like they're responsible for
they're orchestrating
what's going on.
Yeah,
they're orchestrating.
Confirm it. You still don't understand. Like they still only say like, oh, this is actually how.
Why?
You knew they were involved, but not how involved, right?
But here's the thing, though. I'm still questioning when I was watching this. Like, is it actually true, or is this just like, some kind of elaborate hoax?
Yeah,
this is a dream,
a game show.
Yeah, that type of thing. Like at the end, Dana survives, and then like all her friends are back to life because they never really died. It was like, what's that one game? They do this a lot in. No, the video game. I've never seen the game. I don't even know what that is. Night in the Woods, maybe? No, not Night in the Woods.
Never played it, Chris.
It's like a 2-player
Mario Brothers.
I think Jeff's played it.
What are we talking about here?
Mario Brothers.
Kirby's.
A game where
Kirby's Dreamland.
Kirby's Golf Course.
A game that kind of does this type of thing. You follow these kids at this
Sonic Spinball.
Kirby's Golf Course.
Some like summer camp.
Dead by Daylight?
Yes. Thank you.
That's hide and seek.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
No, not Dead by Daylight. No. It's like an actual like game, and never mind. Shut up. Anyway, not Dead by Daylight. Never mind. It's a pretty big game. You know what? F you. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah. I want to know what it is. I want to play it.
Chris was like,
again,
I was sleeping last night and saw this in my head.
While Chris is looking that up, While Chris is looking that up, so I got a fun fact for you. The guy Holden is in a game called Detroit Become Human.
Oh yeah,
played that.
He's that android.
He is.
He's also Holden Caulfield.
Yeah. Also, another little quip while Chris continues to look this up. As I was watching this, since it was reminding me a little bit, obviously much different in tone and everything, but it was reminding me of a movie we watched last season a little bit that Jordan picked called Stay Tuned. Just with some of the stuff going on with the facility and someone controlling it and like watching them and
the underground
trying to get them to do something. Yeah. Just like very, very little. Yeah.
The Quarry.
Oh, The Quarry. Okay.
Yeah.
That was all real. What are you talking about?
Well, there's that one thing where the one guy wasn't killing them and he was like, I'm just messing with you.
That's Until Dawn you're thinking of.
That's what it is. Thank you. God damn, thank you.
Another game.
That game's great.
Yes.
Spoilers.
Which they're also making a movie out of, but they're changing the plot entirely, which is kind of weird.
Which is dumb. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't like it, stupid. What? Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so the Bruckners rise, and also I think at this point you find out that Japan has failed, or they're about to fail, because the girls are all locked up, and there's
is this the song part?
It's after this, but yeah.
Okay.
This is when they show what's going on in Japan with the girls in the classroom, being locked in the classroom.
Gotcha.
then we cut back to the party. They're all partying again upstairs. Again, Jules does some like weird dance with Holden, and her and Kurt go out to the woods. I guess they're pumping pheromones into the cabin as well. They're kind of just, everything's going down.
Yep, amping them up.
Trying to speed up the process of this, yes.
So they go off into the woods to do, bump uglies or marital stuff. I don't know, whatever you do in the woods with
Coitus.
Yes.
Pitch a tent.
Extramarital
Sin.
coitus.
Sin.
Coitus?
Coitus. Coitus.
Sin, yes. They're going on to the woods to sin.
Turn your soul black.
Yes, because you keep on they keep on cutting back to the zombies coming through the woods. You're kind of, as a viewer, I'm like, what the hell are they going to, obviously they're going to get him in the woods. So they start sinning in the woods.
And I like that all those guys are standing around watching. They're like, come on.
Yeah, there
on.
was one guy. Did you see him on the bottom? I don't know if you guys remember this. On the bottom left, his mouth was like wide open. I don't know. Like, that was killing me laughing. Like he was just in gaping awe, waiting this. Anyway, go on.
So she kind of like turns around and is like, I'm not doing it here. It's the woods. And then again, they come back to the facility. All the guys are standing there watching her and him, and they're just trying to catch a glimpse,
a peek.
Do they pump more gas or whatever that is in there?
Right. They pump up the pheromones to get her to kind of off the charts, and you see it coming through like the moss, which kind of like again shows that this whole place is controlled by this facility. Then they start going at it, and everybody's watching again at the facility. Well, some people are. The rest of them left.
Well, they kicked the rest out. Yeah.
So there's that scene with Sitterson and Hadley are sitting there at the desk watching, and then the new guard guy kind of leans over from the side and is like also starts watching.
Right.
I was gonna say they explain that like, oh, like she has to show her for a reason. Like they allude to it, like, no, it's not for us.
And like the new guy's like scoffing it off, like, yeah, right.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, you guys are being creepy, and he's like, no, like there's things we need to do.
There's a
for
purpose
this to be successful.
Oh, protocols.
Yeah, and then meanwhile, it's like she pops off her shirt, and he's like, score.
Yeah.
Well, then the back of the cabin, though, my favorite line is from this movie's. So the virgin girl and like the kind of like sensitive guy are like on the couch talking while they're out at the woods, and the stoner dude leaves. And he's like, he's got a husband's bulge.
Yeah.
He calls him out, grabbing a boner as he leaves. So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then they're getting it on. She's laying down. All of a sudden, the Bruckner zombies come out of nowhere and stab her in the hand.
Yep.
And this pops off the whole zombie thing. She's kind of freaking out. He gets attacked too, but she gets attacked by the bear. The bear trap gets her, pulls her back because she almost gets away.
Ugh.
And then the Bruckners show up and saw her in half.
Yeah, they sure do.
They do the old cutaway, but
Yeah, they do. But that one guy, he's like swinging the bear trap around and like using that as like a weapon is kind of brutal. Yeah.
So we cut back to the facility. They're kind of like distraught, or like not distraught. They're kind of like, all right, well, there we go. There's one. And you could tell it kind of affects them. Sitterson and Hadley, they're kind of like, yeah, that's rough. And at this point, one of them pulls out a little medallion and he like says some kind of like chant or kind of prayer almost, and then kisses it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't really see what the medallion is. The kind of like
Little symbol.
It's slightly like half of it's slightly out of frame.
Yeah. And then the other one walks over and pulls some old school lever, which makes all these gears kind of turn. And you get this kind of vision or this kind of view of like blood dripping down into a glass bowl. And then it like goes onto some like sculpture, not sculpture, but some outline in the stone, and it fills in to make some kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we come back to the cabin. Marty's in his bedroom getting high. He hears some girl calling to him again. He hears that voice. And then Dana and Holden
Tells him to go outside.
Yeah. He's like, I'll go for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm not doing that. It's like, I'm going to go for a walk.
Yeah, I think they pump something in. So they're pumping all these gases into the house to make the kids do stuff.
Right.
He goes off to for a walk outside, and just as he does, Kurt comes running back, and they run back into the house, and this is where you get the Bruckner showing up the cabin. this is where Jeff was talking about. I think someone mentioned it, where they say, okay, we're sticking. I think Kurt specifically says we're sticking together, and we're gonna go search the house one by one because it does.
They're gonna board up the house
one by one. Yeah.
The facility pumps gas in, and he's like, no, wait, no, we're gonna split up and take it. Everybody go to their own room and board up their own windows or something.
Yeah, and once again, Marty's like, what? Yeah,
Right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I guess I really didn't catch on the fact that he's not getting gassed that much, or he's not like as susceptible to this stuff. All right, so they run into the rooms. The doors shut on their own and then lock. And Marty knocks over a lamp and he finds a camera in it.
Yeah, they start like looking at him through the fisheye lens.
yeah. They're like, uh-oh, this isn't good.
He then gets pulled through the window as he's questioning things, and we get kind of things starting to pop off now where all the kids are going to start getting separated apart by the zombies. Marty gets pulled away and pulled into a pit because he gets stabbed in the back.
And then they do it off screen.
Yeah,
Right.
They do it off screen, and we see him the lever being pulled and the blood pouring into the thing again.
You're supposed to assume he died, but you don't
Right.
see it though, so that's the thing.
And then as they pull this lever, it starts shaking and stuff, and they're like, "Whoa, someone's excited!" Like the whole facility starts shaking. So that's important to note.
Yeah, what's the so that blood that's going under then isn't the blood of the victims then, right?
No,
Of the
but I think
kids.
it's part of the ritual.
Yeah. So as they die, you pull it, and the blood goes in.
The kid dies, you pull a lever, the blood comes out, and thing fills
But
up.
whose blood is it then?
It's just some blood. I hope it's not Chris's blood.
That's good.
Oh, shit, Jeff. All right. They're all in their individual rooms. Dana's getting attacked through the window. Holden busts through that two-way mirror again and pulls her through to safety. And he's boarded up his window. And they lift up the bed and find an escape hatch underneath the bed. It takes you into another room, which she called, or they find they're kind of like, oh, this is the black room that's mentioned in the kind of
The
diary.
story that they found earlier, yeah.
She mentions like if there's a way in, there must be a way out. Or he mentions one of them mentions like if there's a way in, there must be a way out. Just as that happens, just as they're starting to look, the bear trap comes out and grabs Holden. She pulls it down, saves Holden, stabs the guy through the face. The zombie obviously doesn't kill him.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It took a few tries to get him done.
Yeah, and this is where that little knife shock comes in, so she drops the weapon she picks up, too.
Yeah, they take off into the woods. But then they cut back to Japan failed. And the little girls are like chanting or something or singing.
It's one of my favorite parts of the movie.
They turned her the demon thing into a frog or something like
A
that.
happy frog.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, dude. He gets so mad. I don't know. What's the character's names again? The guys underground.
Hadley and Sitterson.
Sitterson, but the older guy from Step Brothers, the father. He's looking into the TV while they're singing real happy. He's like, fuck you. Fuck you. I was cracking up at that part.
So the kids run into the camper. They jump in and they start driving to the mountain.
Yeah, they're leaving. They're like, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
There's also shots after. So wait, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like as the girls are successful, there's those shots of different cities in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They say fail on them, and one of them is like King Kong laying there for. She's like, the office girl's like, yeah, this everything's going bad. We're pretty much all that's left. And one of them's like King Kong laying there. One's like a burning house. It's like Buenos Aires, Madrid, the type of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an international thing that these guys are a part of.
Right.
They have to attempt this I don't know how many, did they say how many years this happens or how so often? But
I think they did. I can't remember.
I must have missed it.
Yeah, it's not like every year. They do every like
yeah, it's not
I guess,
yearly.
yeah, and it's like clearly it has to be a specific day because they're all doing it at the same time.
Right.
Right.
I think they do mention it towards the end with the lady, the Sigourney Weaver.
Oh man, spoilers!
Yeah,
Oh.
okay, Sigourney Weaver's in it. Sorry.
What a cameo though.
That's the way Chris does it. Hey guys, by the way, Sigourney Weaver's in this.
Hey, by the way, yeah, the big stinger at the end is that a really famous horror movie lady is in this.
I mean, we're also assuming people have watched it too. So
I know.
True.
All right, so they're supposed to blow the wall, but apparently they get the facility finds out that no one blowed the wall. They're having technical difficulties not blowing the wall, but blowing the cave, causing a cave in so they can't
The
leave.
tunnel, yeah.
So they run out. One of them runs in and is like, oh, I gotta, he's like ripping apart different parts of the facility or the.
He's like, I'll blow this myself. Get out of my way.
Yeah, so he starts pulling wires out. He gets it finally to explode. Obviously, as they were driving the Winnebago through it, they back out. And this is whenever you get the thing of like, okay, hey, maybe you can jump us on your dirt bike. It's not that far. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go get the police. I'm going to jump this pit. Because the road's really weird. I think the setup's really strange. Really, you have to go through a tunnel.
It's like a weird short cutoff. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's only one way in, one way out, apparently. But they do mention this as they're driving away. You know, like, oh, we'll find some road. Like, we'll figure it out. So Thor tries to jump it on his dirt bike and slams into the invisible force field.
What a wonderful scene.
Right. You the viewer know like what's going to happen.
Thor ate major on that grid.
He sure did. Yeah.
It's so funny. I like they just showed him keep falling down and hitting off the thing, getting electrocuted.
Yeah, his body just keeps flopping.
Ragdolling.
And this is where Dana's kind of like, oh, Marty was kind of onto something a little bit, maybe, with like, you know, like this is a setup, man. Like everyone's just like, oh, he's just a stupid stoner guy.
So they jump in to the van, Holden and her driving, and he's like, you know, we're going to do this together. We're going to find a road. We'll get out. We'll figure out what to do. We're sticking together. Then he gets stabbed in the back by one of the Bruckner zombies who was in the van or in the Winnebago.
The whole time, she didn't notice him sneaking up on him at any point.
Yeah, and then they crash into a lake. She swims out. He tries to grab onto her, but she kicks him off and she gets out. So this is whenever it goes. This is when they talk about the Virgin. Like they're kind of salivating at the facility. And I still don't understand this part.
They're saying she has to be the last one alive.
She has to be the final girl.
But she has to be the last one to die. So she can live or die either way. It doesn't matter. But like she has to be the final victim.
Exactly. So they think that they've, achieved their goal, basically, is what you're kind of getting. Yeah, I like the scene of her in the water,
so
and like it segues into the beer coming out of like the cooler. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And just see her in the background of the monitors getting like the crap.
That was
out of her,
hilarious. Like, yeah, well, they're all talking and everything.
having a party.
Did you notice that? Did you notice that like one of those scenes, it's like someone puking their brains out like all over like red crap? Was that her? Like in the background, she's
it might have been like
puking her
I
brains.
think so.
It might have been the zombie guy like puking on her. It's kind of like out of focus, maybe.
But it's very clear. It's like one of the main shots is like someone's puking like red crap all over the. Because you're like, there's no way she survived. Like, how did she survive that? You know, like he's like definitely murdering her.
Yeah, I think it's her.
102, he throws her down. 104.36, he throws her down. She pukes like all over it. I guess that is her. Yeah. So
there you go. She just had to puke some blood.
Yeah. But she still survives, which is crazy. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. It's just funny because the people are having a party and you see her like getting killed in the background. Yeah. Or like,
we've all had those rough nights.
the juxtaposition of it is like, it's funny.
So they get a call on like one of those red phones, you know, like you'd have it, at some kind of military facility. It's like the upstairs is calling, being like, hey, you know, something didn't happen. Someone didn't die.
They start to freak out. They're like, who is it?
Because they're not sure what the hell happened. We cut back to she lands on, like, again, she seems fine after all the beatings she's taken on the video. Like in the background, she's
not fine.
Well, but I mean, she seems like she should be definitely not coherent, right?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Right.
Like she's fine. She gets up, she smacks what's his name in the face with a piece of wood so Marty comes back and stabs the zombie in the back, saves her. And she's able to like figure out what's going on and then smack him in the face. But Marty was also stabbed in the spine. It looked like somehow he survived.
Close to the spine. He pulled through.
It's her adrenaline going.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
It's all the stuff he's smoking. He's numb.
So is it here, or did they already say like why he wasn't affected by all like the chemicals they were pumping in?
We may as well say it. Yeah.
Well, they do. Yeah, they mentioned it at some point close to this. Yeah,
because how stoned he was, he just kept smoking weed, and it like offset the effects of it.
And he had his own stuff.
There was a stash they couldn't find, they couldn't get to, and basically it was unaffected, and that's why he could avoid everything that they were trying to pump in.
Right, and that's why he was hearing the voices and stuff like that, and that's why he was like, why would you guys split up? Like, why would you read the Latin? Like, what's wrong with you?
He still had like reason to some sense. Yeah.
Okay, so we cut back to where he kind of fell down that pit whenever he got taken away. And apparently he just like completely chopped up the zombie because he was able to like, one, he survived, but he had to like completely like annihilate this thing. You just see like fingers and like little bits of the body everywhere.
Like the hands, yeah. It's like smashed.
So they're like Evil Dead thing.
So he finds a elevator that goes down, which kind of leads into like, oh, they're finding the facility or something. It's underneath the cabin. And as they go through, or as they're riding on this elevator, which obviously is very high tech, and it's going like sideways and down and everything, they're seeing all these monsters pop in.
It's a Willy Wonka elevator.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka?
It's a Wonka-vator, yes.
Yeah. It's worth noting all of the sides are like glass too, so they can see through everything.
It's their storage system for all the monsters. Yeah.
Right.
So the monsters can get let out up to the surface.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Depending on what object they trigger.
Right, like you see the little ballerina girl with like the weird face, or then you see like the guy who's basically like rip off Pinhead, except he has saw blades in him, and he's holding like the one thing that Kurt was looking at.
Puzzle ball.
So when you guys first saw like the elevator, what were you thinking?
I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, this is sweet.
And Jordan, what were you thinking?
So I was like, thank God, because I was like, man, I wonder like what else, because like they wanted the zombies, like, but what else? What if they triggered another object? Like, what cool stuff would have been? Like, I know they mentioned the merman thing, but I was like, oh, I want to see what these other monsters are. Like, maybe if they did a sequel, like doing these other monsters. But the fact that they ended up showing all of them, I thought was really cool. Especially the way they show the first couple. Like, there's that like the Hellraiser knockoff, the ballerina girl, and then they show like, I don't know if it was like whatever that ghost is.
Yeah.
Wolfman, the ghost.
There's so many, like a gargoyle or something, like a bat or something.
But then they show how big the facility is and how many monsters there are, and I was like, oh my God, that's nuts.
And that's when it zooms out and shows the Left 4 Dead guys, which I did look up, and they did do that.
Yeah, I saw you
pretty
linked
cool.
that.
I think it's worth noting. I don't think we talked about it enough. I know we touched on the mermaid thing, but Hadley, the guy in the facility, was like, man, I'm never going to get to see a mermaid. Like, he really wanted to see this.
A merman,
whatever. And then Sitterson is like, you don't want to see them. Like, they're terrifying. And he's like, but he made it a point that he was very disappointed that the merman didn't get picked. So I wanted to emphasize that before we go any further.
Brian, do you have any, what did you think when you saw it the first time? Do you remember?
Just like the fact that like just this huge storage facility with all these like ancient, like it's basically like every horror trope you could think of, kind of like what Jordan was saying earlier. It's like, if you can think of something scary that isn't like a standard, they tried to think also outside the box, like with like what Jeff said, that ballerina with like the teeth face was kind of cool, like little stuff like that. But yeah, just
giant spider, snakes, vampire
some
bat
weird robot thing, some like bank robbers.
Oh, dude, that robot thing was amazing. I kept watching it kill people.
It looks like the battle bot thing.
That was amazing. It was so off.
There's a unicorn scene later.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, unicorn. Yeah, so they obviously, it's like every monster that from stories and everything. But the Hadley and Sitterson, the whole facility's freaking out now because they're not sure where the hell they lost sight of them, and they know like, oh crap, like we were celebrating, we thought Marty died. Obviously, one of them didn't die. So now there's two people alive, and I guess time's running out for something. Did they, at this point, have they explained what the hell? No, they don't explain it till later.
Yeah, you find out, I think, at like the very end almost.
Near the very end, yeah.
They do mention they just do make a mention of ancient ones. They don't say exactly what that is just yet. But
what the purpose is or anything, like, yeah.
I thought they were gonna do like a Cthulhu kind of thing or something like that.
I mean, I guess it could be. Also, yeah, we never talked about. So remember when he pulled the lever when we thought Marty died and it shook? That's why it shook, because he didn't actually die. So
okay,
it them off.
Yeah, he's like, "What are you doing? He's not dead." Blah, blah, blah.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's what they sound like.
That's
What's
how they
evil
sound.
sounds? What do you mean? He's not dead. You didn't kill that guy.
Yeah.
All right, so they get in. They're in the elevator. Obviously, the facility finds them on a camera, and security guard comes in, like opens up, gun drawn on them. With the hand, one of the zombie hands that fell in, like that he chopped up, grabs the the security guard, and the security guard like looks down and starts shooting at it, and that's when they push him over, they knock him over and take his gun and knock him out, and they are in the facility now, armed with a weapon, and well, she has a sword, she has a knife, and he has the gun.
Yeah, he says, "Good job, zombie hand," or whatever when he leaves.
You can see it like creeping over that dude's face.
Yeah.
So they retreat back into a guard booth, like a prison guard booth. It looks like, because other like heavily armed guards show up and are like, okay, we gotta stop these people. We gotta kill them. Although I don't know if do you think if like they shot them, it's the same as the monsters? Like, would that suffice? I guess. Like, is there like a rules thing? Because like, what if they just like got these people to drive to the cabin and someone just walked in and shot them all? It'd kind of be a boring movie, I guess. But I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't question that too much. But it seems like at this point they're desperate to just kill the fool, right?
Wait. So wait, are you asking if like if somebody went in and shot these kids in order? Is like, why didn't they just do that? Like,
yeah.
Well, they were alluding to the things needing to happen, right? Like you had to see her be promiscuous, and you had to see,
it's entertainment for the ancient ones. Yeah,
right.
It's like evil. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so they escape back into this guard booth, and then for some reason there's a big button there that lets out every single thing go. And then all of the monsters come flying out of these elevators. There's a tree. There's a tree that reaches out of the elevator and kills one of the armed guards that are shooting at them. And everything's getting let out. There's like ghouls and a giant snake and all kind of crazy crap.
Everything you could think of.
There's a group that's wearing like white masks. I'm not sure what the hell they're doing.
They're like bank robbers or something.
Like the Strangers.
Yeah, but like later on, they like are tying a guy up.
It's like that movie, The Strangers. You guys ever see that?
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah.
Never saw it.
I don't know what that is.
It sucks. I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm just saying.
God, look, it's a film. It sucks. I'm sorry.
Cut back to the control room. All the TV screens are showing the different things killing people. You have the ballerina dancing around. You have the three citizen, Hadley and the office girl, and then the guard are in there. And then the power goes out. And this is whenever things, finally break into everybody's getting taken out in the facility, basically. And I think they even mentioned like, oh crap, we're going to pull these things back. I think they mentioned like, oh, they had to do it once before. And it was it was a big problem.
There was something in 98, but they didn't say what it was.
Yeah. Okay, they finally get out. I think so. Some kind of bat flies through the window that they're hiding in the room, and they have to get out. And they take off into the kind of like there's a hole in the wall. They go through that. A unicorn impales someone, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that scene was hilarious. Yeah, it really impaled him too. They zoom in on the horn.
They break into the control room. All the monsters are breaking in, and Hadley and Sitterson are kind of like trying to protect themselves, protecting the people in there. The guard gets taken out, gets like all these like I don't know. There's like what are those things like scarecrows?
Are they zombies?
I thought they were going to tear him apart, by the way, but yeah, they ended up.
They're pulling all his guts out and everything.
Oh, okay, and then he just blows up, and they all blow apart.
Yeah, he pulls a grenade out and pops the pin and blows up. But this is when Hadley gets eaten by the merman.
He finally got to see it.
Yeah, what's he saying? Yeah. Figures or something?
He was like, "Oh, come on!" And the merman starts eating him, and then his blood like spouts out of his blowhole. It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah,
perfect aftertouch.
yeah. And then you go back to the elevator room where they all came out, and it's all just blood and mess, and we see the zombie girl come out. The Bruckner.
Patience Bruckner.
Yeah.
Sitterson is able to escape through like a secret hatch into the bowels into like the back rooms of this facility where Dana and Marty are. They come around a corner and she stabs him in the stomach by accident, and he tells her to like kill Marty. Like, you have to kill Marty, I think is what he says. So now we're kind of getting to the end of the movie where like everything's going to get revealed, hopefully. They walk down into the room that we've seen throughout the movie where blood pouring into these different sculptures or these different like outlines of different things. And it's all the tropes from horror movies.
Yep.
And Sigourney Weaver shows up.
There she is.
You hear her voice over intercom earlier on. I'm like, wait a second. That's Ripley.
Sounds familiar.
And then they zoom out and you see that symbol that the guy... What? Oh, man.
I've never seen Alien or any of those.
On the ground, right?
Yeah, on the ground. The symbol that
Yeah.
he kissed in his like little pendant is on the ground.
Mr. Smooch.
So you find out that they are a facility that kind of has to sacrifice people to satisfy the old gods, or like these ancient ones. Yeah, the old ones. And if they do not finish the ritual, they'll come back and destroy the world.
Apparently, it happened months before, didn't it? Did they say that? Like it's happened before?
I mean, it had to have, I guess, right? I mean, they had to have known about it
right, yeah.
in some way. But there's like around the edge, there's like a smoky pit they keep looking down into, and you kind of can see that, like, oh, this might be where the
There's
ancient
monsters
ones, like,
down there.
are, right?
Grumbling,
there's
some
big
grumbles.
monsters in the smoke.
There's
Yeah,
monsters down there, Mom and Dad.
Because they say before humanity or something, there were these ancient ones ruled the world, and we kind of put them down there or something, and kept them at bay with this ritual. So they say, like, Marty has to die for them to be satisfied. So Dana turns with the gun and is going to threaten to shoot Marty, but as she's aiming at him, the werewolf comes down and bites her in the neck. And I think does he take out the director, or does he grab the gun?
He grabs the gun.
he grabs the gun, and they're struggling. Sigourney Weaver and Marty are fighting for it.
Right. And it's one of those things where, like, even Dana's like, you have to die, or the whole world gets destroyed. So, and he doesn't want to die, which I think is, pretty selfish. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah, I mean, like, I would probably believe it at that point, right?
After seeing what you saw, I'd be like, okay, this is
Seen
legit.
enough things, yeah.
early in the movie when they're in the Winnebago, they're talking about, humanity and something. And he makes a comment about you have to knock it all down and start fresh sometimes. And this is kind of playing into that.
Oh
yeah, when he's in the RV.
Fresh start for humanity.
Yeah, like you have to knock everything down. So this is kind of going into that, but he doesn't want to. But he also doesn't want it to go on. I think is the thing is like let them destroy everything. Maybe it'll be better.
Yeah. So him is Sigourney.
She gets a hatchet in the back of the head from the girl, the zombie girl, Sigourney
Right.
Weaver. Yeah.
Patience Bruckner saves him, and then she falls into the pit with Sigourney.
Yeah, they kicks her off into the pit.
Yeah, and then Marty and Dan are just sitting there, smoking the jazz cigarette while the world starts crumbling around them.
Jazz cabbage.
Yeah. And the final scene of the movie is a hand bursting through the ground, like a giant hand bursting through the cabin, and then you get the title card again.
The end. The cabin in the woods.
It was a place in the woods, and there was monsters. And
Do you think that was a good idea? Do you think that was a good ending?
Are we already asking about this?
No, I'm just asking. Like, do you think that was a good ending?
I liked it. Yeah.
yeah, I think it was a good tie-in to get all the horror tropes into one film, like every element.
Yeah, and I also think it's always, cool when the bad guys win sometimes. Like, you don't expect that, right? You expect a movie to have a happy ending, and so when it does it, I'm always like, whoa, cool.
Were they the bad guys though?
Right. That's the thing.
Right.
Question I have about this whole thing is like, a ton of other people just died. Wouldn't that, like, is it have to be, basically they're saying it had to be Marty. Out of anybody else, it had to be him.
It had to be part of that ritual. They had to be young. They had to fit those tropes.
Everywhere else failed. But yeah, part of it was that they had to be young. So I was just going to say it's not 100% Marty's fault, but like at the end, he could have saved humanity and he decided not to. So.
Right. Because in the end, we're selfish and we're killing each other to save ourselves.
Yeah, they were kind of like, yeah, we suck. And,
But like in the sense of like why these horror movies work, or like, why they keep using that same formula for slasher movies or horror movies, he came up with a cool idea of like why that keeps working, like why they keep applying it. Yeah. And yeah, and turned it around into a clever ending, which kind of like, overall felt like after the fact, like a Black Mirror episode or something like that. Like if you think about it, like it would be like an extended one, but it's like this whole facility operating underground to kill these kids to keep the world moving because they have to keep the evil at bay, and they've been doing this for years. So that's an interesting concept in itself, aside from these kids running through like trying to survive. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the movie. So I want to go around and get your feedback now. And I'm going to start with Jordan because it's his we're both raw dogging it. I want to hear what he has to say.
There you go.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Jordan. What did you say about Cabin in the Woods?
At first, I didn't think I was going to like it because it did do the stereotypical tropes with the characters and stuff like that. But obviously, they turned that on its head, which I really, really liked. So I did like the movie because of that. They took all those, they gave a reasoning why the characters are the way they are in movies, why they act the way they do in movies. So I thought that was really, really interesting. Like that Big Brother secret international organization kind of pulling the strings. But you find out at the end, like, oh, we're doing this for a reason. We're doing this to save the world, save humanity. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, overall, I liked it. There was something. It's not that I didn't like the way the movie ended. It just like that last like third act, I thought could have been better. I don't know how. I don't have I can't offer how they could. I thought it could have been better, but that last act, I don't know. Something was off of it for me. But I did like the movie overall.
All right. Jeff, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious I like this movie a lot. I bought it a long time ago because I wanted to own it because I thought it was so cool. For pretty much the reasons Jordan said, right? It kind of explains all of those horror movies. This is why these people do these dumb things, and this is why it keeps happening, and this is why it, you're the person yelling at them, and why are you so stupid? And it's, oh, they're being manipulated. Like I thought it was a cool thing. I don't think there's not another movie out there like this, that's explaining like a whole genre of tropes, basically. I wouldn't necessarily say it's scary. It's more like there's some gory parts, right? It's definitely a horror movie. Like it's for people who are fans of horror movies, I think. So if you're a fan of horror movies, it's like a celebration of all these goofy things that are part of horror movies. And it kind of wraps it in what I thought was a pretty unique story. And then you've got like some cool cameos, like you get Sigourney Weaver at the end, which, when this came out, no one knew she was even in it until the end when she popped up. And it was like, whoa, cool, Sigourney Weaver's in it. It's Ripley, So, but yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. I think it's cool. It's just a fun watch.
That Sigourney Weaver thing didn't land with me because I don't know who Ripley is. But Brian, what about you?
Oh man.
Chris, like we gotta have a talk after this. Anyway, so this movie, I think it was a good, like, obviously it's not, like Jeff said, it's not a straight up horror movie. There's a lot of horror elements to it. There's, if you love horror as a genre, if you love like slasher movies or like classic monster movies, you'll probably dig this movie because they're trying to not only make fun of the fact that this is all like the common tropes of these films, but they're also celebrating the fact of it. Like one of these characters is trying to acknowledge these facts that they're falling into these same pitfalls if you enjoy this kind of stuff and things like that. But yeah, I think like just overall, the way they did it with like the jokes pretty much hit home like throughout this movie. Like they're really like pretty solid. Like there's nothing really like cringy as far as like jokes in this movie. And then like the horror stuff, they don't really hold back in terms of like gore and stuff. So if you love like horror movies and you love blood and gore, that you could watch that in this too. So yeah, I think it's just a good solid satire or homage, if you will, to just horror in general.
I didn't understand. So that thing with Jordan that Jordan mentioned, it explains all the other. Like I didn't get that until Jordan mentioned it. It didn't land with me because I guess I didn't put it together. Like the meta of it or whatever you call it makes sense. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very meta.
Yeah. Although some of the references I wouldn't get because I didn't see most of those movies, but that's okay. But it makes a lot more sense now. That how that all connects, and it's pretty interesting, pretty fun. It's cute. I'll say it's very cute.
It's a meat cute.
Yeah, it's definitely a meat cute
Little movie you made yourself, guys.
So I think, from my perspective, watching this for the first time, the beginning was interesting when you had these guys pop up. And then you had this combination of them going back and forth. Again, like I mentioned, I didn't like the thing with the bird. It just was stupid. I thought it'd been so much more impactful if they would have pushed that whole reveal to like as they doled, because they still doled it out slowly and kind of like presented it like I think really well. But I think if they would have just not did the bird thing, it would have been so much more interesting to me. If the first time you saw the force fields, whenever what's his name jumped his bike into it, would have been so much better.
Yeah, I don't disagree. That could have been, yeah, that would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, like it would have been like, whoa, that would have been so much more impactful, so much more interesting. But the entire storyline was really interesting. Obviously, the thing with the kids, it's kind of typical trope, but it had a reason for it. Marty, I didn't like throughout the movie. I didn't like how he was the one who survived. It should have been Chris Hemsworth, but that's just me.
But his death was so good.
Yeah, I mean, I get the idea. Holden sucked too because he was, was not impactful other than the husband bulge. But the entire reason he was there is probably just for that scene where he took off his shirt. But that entire scene with Marty, like when you finally realize like what his like why he's not affected by any of this stuff makes total sense, and it's really good way of weaving that in. It kind of really good, kind of way of telling the story of how. When you think about it, when Jordan mentioned it, all those things go through my head again. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, makes sense. That's totally that makes a lot of sense. Really, really smartly written. The zombies were typical, and overall sound, lighting, all that stuff was really well done. Typical of any big budget movie. Was this big budget? Did it make a lot of money?
I don't know.
Did it get a lot of money? Make a lot of money?
I think it probably just cleared like their budget.
7 out of 10 IMDb, so it's got a pretty good.
Hit up Wiki, see what kind of money it made.
I guess the big thing was I didn't like any of the kid actors. Maybe like the college kids. Like the main girl Dana was
vanilla. She's very vanilla.
Yeah, like she was just so one-dimensional type of thing.
But I think that isn't that supposed to be the point though? Like, I don't know.
I guess, yeah. It makes sense. They were just like, hey, girl, when you do this movie, don't just act, just don't even like
be boring.
Have any emotion.
Don't show brain cells.
Yeah, be really dumb and boring.
So it cost $30 million to make. It looks like it made about 70. So it definitely made.
There you go. Made a profit.
All right, cool. The entire spin with the monsters was really well done. The hand at the end, the CG on the hand sucked, but it was 2012, so maybe
some CG was not great, but
it was
whatever.
a little whammy at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like the whole thing in the facility. That whole like side of the story was really well done. I like how it obviously. I think it was really well done. How they brought it together, but how they kind of bounced back and forth it made sense. It didn't make it like confusing because we've seen movies. We've been watching movies. The last couple of movies we watched that did this type of thing where they bounced between two different stories and it was just confusing as hell. Some of them. This one made total sense. Going from two very different things, like going from a facility underground to like a scary cabin in the woods with kids running around, zombies running around. Really well done. But overall, like I really liked it. I think the ending was fine. Again, like I agree with Jordan. The third act was kind of whatever. Made sense. They had to go somewhere. I do like how they kept ramping it up. Like it went from like 0 to like 100, and they did, zombies and this and this and this. Then they got like all the monsters, and all the monsters get let out. And like this really interesting way of they ramped it all up to the end. So there really was no other way of ending it. But I thought the ending kind of sucked. Just to have them burst through the ground. But all that said, I did enjoy the movie quite a bit, and I'm sorry I waited so long to watch it.
Oh, wow. All right.
He's sorry, everybody. Okay.
I'm sorry.
He apologizes.
World. I'm sure everybody cares.
Do you hear him, America?
I'm glad you've finally seen it,
Chris got wheel. He apologizes.
Okay, so let's go around and get our ratings. Jordan, what do you give Cabin in the Woods?
I give it a thumbs up, man. I was like really pleasantly surprised by this movie and the twist. And I think it's neat. You can like basically take what they're doing, what they did, like this organization did, and like you could put that in any scary movie ever. Like if you wanted to, like the idea of like why these teenagers act the way they do in these movies, and do dumb stuff. Like they could have been around for all those movies. You could say that if you wanted to. So I don't know. I thought it was cool. Something new, and I like what they did with the tropes. That fun play with it, like homage to it. Also at the same time was neat. So thumbs up.
Jeff, what about you? Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, thumbs up. It's basically a love letter to just all types of horror movies, and I'm a big horror movie guy, so I thought it was great.
You are?
Yeah.
He hates him.
Brian,
yeah, and
what about you? Oh, sorry.
All right, fine. Well, no,
I thought you were done. Sorry.
You couldn't see my face in the podcast. I just made a shocked face. He cut him off.
He cut me
You
off.
sound like
All
you're
right.
done.
He played me off. No, I mean, thumbs up. I think it's obvious. I recommended this to you years ago, and you finally picked it for this.
Yeah.
So cool.
Like 14 years ago. Yep. May I go on to Brian now?
Yes, you may.
Thank
Should I
you.
say something now? So-
Brian, you may speak.
Okay, it's my turn.
Check with Jeff first.
Jeff, is it okay? Okay, good. So, I give it a thumbs up, man. I enjoyed the film when I last saw it, and rewatching it again. The jokes held up. It still looks good for a movie from 10 some odd years ago, for like a horror movie with CG effects that are randomly in there and stuff like that. So there's some stuff that's definitely like, questionable, but like like you said, the hand at the end. But overall, it's a good satire of horror, and it's fun, and you'll have fun, and stop thinking about it and just watch the fucking thing. Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna also agree with all of you and give it a thumbs up. I think it's was super fun. It's a fun movie. I say that. I say it's a fun movie. It's a fun thing to watch. It's definitely interesting. And if you want to take it to the next level and like look at like how it interlocks like every other horror movie ever, may ruin those for you. Maybe, I don't know. But fun watch, fun time.
Have fun with yourself.
Man, a rare Chris thumbs up. We got 2 in a row now. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna send my fist.
Get a full fist.
I'm gonna give a fist to old Chris Hemsworth. I'll send it in the mail because I'd love for him to see my fist. We're gonna next week. Brian's gonna pick us a movie. Brian, what are we watching next week?
For Halloween. Ooh.
Oh, scary spooky night.
Now we're gonna watch something brand new because I know nobody's seen this yet, and including myself. So
We're raw dogging it.
We're raw.
dogging.
We're gonna be like what is that? What's that old T-shirt? It was
Raw
like
pals.
the big dogs. Like you're the big dog. Stay on the porch. It was like something like that.
What?
It was like a '90s clothing. It was like either you run with the big dogs or you stay on the porch. Well, we're raw dogging it. So you run with the raw dogs or you stay on the porch.
Run with the raw dogs.
Or you on the porch. So we're gonna watch the new film.
Raw dog it or stay in bed.
It's not a dog, but it's another animal, and it's called The Monkey. And so we're going to watch the new film, The Monkey.
I haven't heard of it.
I've heard of it. I'm very excited to watch it because I heard it was ridiculous and I wanted to see it. So thank you for picking this, Brian.
So why are you picking this? Just because it's new?
I like this. I actually like this director. He did the last movie he did was Long Legs, and I know Jeff was kind of.
I didn't know that.
He was kind of iffy on it, but I thought it was really interesting, and we could talk more about that after we watch The Monkey.
Longlegs was worth watching, but it's weird, and there's some things that don't line up. Yeah, I think it's a Stephen King. It's a Stephen King story,
It was
right?
a short story.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was taken to all new. I'm hoping they'll take it to all new levels in this movie. It looks crazy, man.
Okay. Well, next week we're gonna watch The Monkey. Is that the story about the band, The Monkeys? Are we just watching that?
Nope.
Yes, it's about what's his name, Davy Jones.
Crockett.
Monkeys.
Hey, we're
Davy
the Monkeys.
Crockett with his hat.
Davy Crockett Jones.
At the Alamo.
Tune in next week while we
Okay.
wear hats.
Next week, raw dog it with us and watching The Monkey. Watch your monkey raw dogged. And if you want to help us out, please leave a comment on the podcast platform of your choice. Please connect with us on social media. All those links can be found in the show notes below. If you have any questions or suggestions for a future movie, please send us an email at watchpals.show@gmail.com. It's watchpals.show@gmail.com. You can also find all those links at our website at watchpals.show. We thank Ben Miller for his logo art. You can find his work at his Instagram linked below. I want to thank you, Jordan, for being here and raw dogging this movie with me this week.
Yes.
I want to thank Jeff for being here and suggesting this movie for me this week.
Yeah, many years ago I suggested this, so it was a surprise
I
that you
remembered,
picked it. Yeah, you did. It was a surprise to me when you picked it. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Quiz.
Thank you, and I love you. And Brian, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, and I just want everybody out there to know I've stayed at a cabin in the woods with all of these guys, and it was just as strange as this movie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank all of you out there in Watchland. Until next time, please set your watches for the next episode of the Watch Pals. Good night.
Ah!